Hi, in this video, we are going to see few very important things that you must know before you join M1Finance. So let's get started. The very first thing you must know about M1Finance is that it's a robo investing platform. What that means is it is a automation platform wherein it can automatically do investment on your behalf based on certain set rules. It's just a pure rule-based automation platform. It doesn't do anything extraordinary or very smart other than just following the rules that you have already outlined. Now, you may want to know what kind of rules that you can use on M1 platform before you really get into the account or set up a lot of things on the M1 account. Therefore, you must first evaluate all the setups that you can do on M1 Finance for your investment. Since this platform is relatively new, they offer very few options to do automated investing, and that limits your flexibility. So, most of the things that M1 Finance support are primarily focused towards automated buying. They don't necessarily always do selling automatically yet. Maybe they'll do it in future, but you need to be aware of that. The Robo Investing platform of M1 Finance is something similar to what you may see in many of the 401k plans that some of these popular investment platforms offer, like Fidelity and others. So you automatically get a cut from your paycheck and then it gets automatically invested into the entire portfolio. This is how exactly the robo investing works. But the M1 Finance can work on retirement plan or a regular investment account wherein you can set up your investment strategies and investment happens automatically based on the investment amount that you put into that account. Now you have a lot more freedom into the investment choices here because it is not exactly like 401k plans. With M1 Finance, you can invest into the entire stock market just like any other brokerage. It's just that you would be using a more robo investing type feature. In some extent, M1 Finance is very similar to Wealthfront platform, which is also a robo investing platform. However, M1 gives you a lot more flexibility to pick your own investment portfolio and pick your own investment choices. The second thing you must know about M1 Finance is that it gives you very limited control about your investments and trading. So let's look at this basic account that we have for M1 Finance. You are not allowed to have more than one trade in a day, which is a 6:30 a.m. morning trade window. And this investment trade window is also not for doing like a regular brokerage trading, but it's more like one trade in a day will be made based on your investment decision. So if you happen to decide something need to change in your investment, let's say at 6:35 a.m., your investment will be done the next morning 6:30 a.m. Now you can also get more than one trading window if you upgrade to M1 Plus account. However, even that doesn't allow you to do like a free form trading. It's just two trading sessions that will be one in morning and one in the afternoon. Now look at the most important feature of M1 Finance, which is auto investing. Now this specific feature allows you to automatically invest into the entire portfolio instead of you individually buying each and every stock or a ETF. You could decide investment strategy by creating a pie and then turn on the auto invest flag, and any amount you fund into this account will automatically be making purchases based on the allocation that you have done on a pie. So the recurring transfer feature in M1 Finance is also pretty cool. That's something that is available in all other investment platforms. However, one really good thing about M1 Finance you may notice is it automatically does this recurring transfer and also invests the money directly into the portfolio. That's a very powerful feature because you may want to make the best use of your money, even if it's the lowest amount of money you want to do a dollar cost averaging into. You can do a small amount of money transfer into the M1 Invest account, and you can schedule them weekly or monthly, and the investment keeps happening automatically into the entire portfolio. So let's look at these two important features that are supported under the transfers tab. You go to the move money inside the transfers tab, and then you'll see these four options, out of which only two of these, one-time transfer and the recurring transfer, these are the two most important options that will be available to you as a basic account setup. So the one-time transfer is the usual bank connection with a ACH transfer, you could transfer money, and the recurring transfer has the one that can set up automated transfer based on a routine. In here you will see various options for you to do recurring transfers like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and then you can configure it very easily using certain options, and this should be kind of on an autopilot. Make sure that you always have the auto invest on so that the investment automatically happens once the transfer is completed. Now let's look at the smart transfer feature that is not available to the basic accounts, but it is more of a feature for the M1 Plus account holders. In here you can find the max out IRA feature, which can be really powerful for people who are using the IRA account in M1. It can automatically identify your limit, which is the tax limit for the year, and max out your IRA account based on the connections that you already have. The second good feature in this account would be the maximize your market exposure feature, which works very well when you have a spend account, which is kind of a checking account with M1, and also have an invest account with M1. So if you have a spend account that has extra cash, the M1Finance has set up some rules that can allow you to automatically transfer that money into the investment account so that you are not sitting with the cash and forget to invest it. The next best feature in this alike is Save for Emergencies. This is a very good feature mainly because a lot of people try to keep emergency fund as a separate cash in their bank accounts. Instead of that, you could always make a reasonable investment pie that qualifies as an emergency fund, and when it is needed you can cash out that pie relatively quickly and use the money when it is really needed. Now let's look at the expert pies feature that M1Finance supports. This is really good feature because it gives you exposure to some of the existing portfolios that you could look at and create your own investment strategy. To access the expert pies, you can go to the research tab and then go to the expert pies tab. Here you will see all the grouped expert pies into various different categories. Based on your investment strategy, you may choose some of the expert pies from these and add to your own investment pie. Now let's look at the M1 Plus feature, which is an upgrade option on the basic users. It has annual fees and additional features are available to M1 Plus members. So the first most important feature that M1 Plus member would get is more investing control. What that means is you will be having two trading window instead of only one, which is available for basic accounts. For M1 Plus, you get to have two trading windows. As a M1 Plus member, you can borrow at a reduced rate. Borrowing money from M1 is possible even for the basic account, but you get a lower interest rate when you are a M1 Plus member. So when you're looking at your investment portfolio, the most important thing is to have multiple different views to analyze it. And M1 Finance has two options by which you can look at your portfolio and analyze it. So the most popular one is the pie view, and then the second option you could choose is the holdings view, wherein you can go to the holdings tab and look at each and individual investment amount. So let's look at the buying and selling feature of M1 Finance. This feature is pretty simple, and you can actually just buy the entire portfolio using an amount, and the real math of doing split between all the various investment is already done by the M1 Finance. So as long as you put some amount, your entire portfolio, you can buy the distribution based on allocation. The same way when you're selling, you can withdraw the amount that you want to bring out of the portfolio. The selling of investments is done automatically based on the amount that you need. Now let's look at some of the investment options that you have on M1 Finance. These are like any other brokerage. So if you look at the investment options, you would see stocks as well as you'll see the ETFs, which are pretty popular in the investment world. So all the investment pies that you create are saved under my pies section. These are the pies that you could create on your own and start embedding inside other pies. So a very complex investment strategy can be easily made using embedding multiple pies in one pie. The experts pies section is the one that has all the investment strategies that are kind of predefined and popular ones. You can always use any of the investment pies from here as part of your investment or as a whole strategy. And that's about it. I hope you enjoy investing with M1 Finance. Thanks for watching.